So a while ago, I was browsing through every single card in Yu-Gi-Oh! As I always do. Yeah, I'm a bum. That's literally all I do. And I came across a very sketchy yet potentially hilarious card. The card I'm talking about is Hidden Fangs of Revenge, and just like Super Poly, it cannot be responded to. So of course, by definition, this card could potentially be broken in case it has some form of removal effect. And spoiler alert, it does. So essentially, when any monster, so your monster or your opponent's monster, declares an attack, you can destroy 2 cards on your field that has to be set, so a set monster or a set of spell or trap card, it doesn't matter, and then you negate that attack. Then if you destroyed at least one monster you control with your own spell card, you can destroy every single monster opponent controls with attack less than or equal to the defense of your destroyed monster. And then after that, conveniently or inconveniently, it becomes the end phase of this turn. A lot to digest here, so let's analyze it. This card is a quick play spell card, so it can be used offensively and defensively, which is pretty nice. Destroying your own cards isn't necessarily always the best, but sometimes you can actually take advantage of that. The popular example would be the artifact monsters, which can trigger their effects, but only when they're destroyed in your opponent's turn. On your own turn, I guess you could play this in Cyber Dragon, maybe to trigger your own overflow and then, like, I don't know, break a board and also unbrig, but it's not really that good. Again, you have to transition into end phase after you use this card, so if you're using it to break boards on your own turn, then you might actually be ending on, less plays to do on main phase 2 because you're not gonna have a main phase 2, but if you use this defensively, it's going to be nasty. If you really want this card to shine, you're going to have to ensure 2 things. The first one is maximizing the amount of monsters you can destroy on your opponent's board, because it all depends on whichever monster you can destroy on your own field. So if it has, high defense, then you can destroy high attack monsters your opponent controls. And again, they can literally sit on like 5 Cyber Dragon Infinities and 5 Solemn Judgment, and it doesn't matter because this card cannot be responded to. And the second thing that you have to ensure is the timing of this card, because again, if you're using this on your own turn, it's not going to be as good as if you're using it on your opponent's turn, because then you skip their main phase 2 so that they cannot rebuild the board, and if they can't do anything after you clear everything they have, it's basically a guaranteed W for you. Now, you could pair this card with Prime Mineral Manstrong, because it's kind of just like an artifact monster where you can set it directly from your hand, and it's a monster card with like 3k defense, so you can destroy a bunch of monsters with this card. And also, even though this card is kind of similar to Mirror Force to a certain extent, if you're using it defensively, at least your opponent can't really dodge it by putting monsters in defense. Okay, yeah, that's obviously really copium because it's still really slow, but whatever, you get the point. So overall, would I recommend playing this card? No, I wouldn't, but I still would recommend taking this card into consideration for potential future formats where, it might be like a 20 negate format where you really need cards that cannot be responded to, because this card could be interesting, and maybe this card could be really nice in a deck that really benefits off of destroying your own cards. Like, Unchained is a really good example of that, because you can set a lot of cards in Unchained, so you can set monsters, set spells and traps, and then destroy them, and you trigger your own Unchained effects even if you're destroying your cards yourself, depending on... So the Unchained deck can actually benefit off of this card really well, because you can destroy your own cards, so monsters and spells and traps, and trigger their effects, because it really doesn't matter whether you're destroying them on your own turn or your opponent's turn. And I know that the Unchained Dog or something has like a lot of defense, so that's definitely nice for you. But yeah, a little bit of food for thought, but it's probably not going to change anything to your life. Anyways, let me know your thoughts about this card in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.